court.
Donald Trump, Marco Rubio both have said you've lied, that you're a liar. Are they lying about that?
You know, I got to say, Anderson, this is a strange election season in many ways. Both Donald Trump and Marco Rubio are following this pattern, that whenever anyone points to their actual record, to what they've said, to what they've voted on, to what they've done, they start screaming, liar, liar, liar. I mean, it is the oddest thing. I can't think of any precedent in any previous Republican presidential election. Now, from my end, I have not and will not respond in kind. If they want to engage in personal insults, if they want to go to the mud, I'm not going to say the same thing about them. I think the people of South Carolina deserve more than people just throwing mud at each other. But, you know, look, let's take, for example, the debate on Saturday. So I mentioned on Saturday on the debate stage that Donald Trump, for 60 years of his life, has described himself as very pro-choice, as supporting partial birth abortion, as, quote, pro-choice in every respect. And I mentioned that even now Donald Trump supports taxpayer funding for Planned Parenthood. And his response was to bellow, liar, liar. And he said, when did I ever say that? And I responded, I said, well, when we were debating defunding Planned Parenthood, I was leading that fight. You opposed me, and you said on national television, you think Planned Parenthood does wonderful things. And then Anderson, Donald proceeded to say on the debate stage once again, he thinks Planned Parenthood does wonderful things. The very thing he called me a liar for, he agreed with on the stage. You know, a few minutes later, we had an exchange with Marco Rubio. And listen, I like Marco. He's charming. He's a friend of mine. He's very, very talented. But what I said, and my focus is on record and substance and issues and vision for this country. I think that's what the voters are interested in. But I made 3 statements about Marco's immigration record during the debate. I said, number one, Marco right now supports granting citizenship to the 12 million people who are here illegally. Now, that is a fact. He said that on the debate stage 2 or 3 debates ago. In fact, on Meet the Press with Chuck Todd just a few weeks ago, Marco said we should grant citizenship to people here illegally even if they have criminal convictions. He said that on national television looking into the TV camera. The second thing I said is I said when he was in Florida, he supported in-state tuition for illegal immigrants. That's a fact. That is his legislative record. And the third thing I said is I said that he went on Univision and in Spanish said that he would not rescind the president's illegal executive amnesty on his first day in office. If I am elected president on the first day in office, I intend to rescind every single illegal and unconstitutional executive action. Now, in response to that, Marco followed the same strategy as Donald. He just screamed, liar, liar, liar. He didn't actually dispute any of the substance. You remember what he said at the same time was, well, how would you know what I said on Univision? You don't speak Spanish. Well, Marco was incorrect on that. But look, truth matters. Every one of these issues, Donald and Marco are on video on national television stating their positions, and just yelling liar doesn't make it so. And I would note, by the way, if Marco is right, that I'm lying, then I'll tell you who else has to be lying. Jeff Sessions has to be lying. Mike Lee has to be lying. Mark Levin has to be lying. Rush Limbaugh has to be lying. Phyllis Schlafly has to be lying. James Dobson has to be lying. Because every one of them has said the exact same thing I did. Most of those folks haven't endorsed me. They're not supporting me. But they've spoken the truth, and it cannot be. Look, one of the things I love about the people of South Carolina is how seriously they take their responsibility to vet the candidates. So you can go to our website, watch the video, and see Marco and Donald stating their positions. And I'm going to continue focusing on issues and record, and just yelling insults and liar is not a response when you want to run away from your record.
Let's get more questions.